Mine is Nawaz, a sort of a spicy question that I would like to put forward to you. In the present context, when you take Sri Lanka, today as the communities are divided, that's my feeling there. And this division, somebody seems to be gaining out of this, widening the gap between the communities, and that's one of the reasons why Sri Lanka is not forging ahead, falling behind. And even in recent times, what we saw, that what has happened to our country, very unfortunately, even you take the last instance of the Easter attack, it's reported to be a commission with so many pages of 10 or 15,000 commission reports have come out. The public is unable to make out who is behind these, how these things came about, and trying to destroy this country. Say, for example, Nawaz, 99.9% of our community wouldn't have even dreamt that such a dastardly act would have ever taken place. Such was the shock and surprise. So these type of things seem to be occurring in our country, such a small country. And as it stands even now, there is an element of mistrust between the communities. So you will have the bigger challenge to sort of bridge this gap, win the confidence of all the communities, and achieve what you have, the dream that you have for our country. How do you propose to sort of, you don't want to tell, some sections of the communities are with you, strongly behind you, but still there is a bigger challenge for you to make the others understand, to trust each and every community and get them together and to sort of get in thinking in your line to develop the country. That would be the biggest challenge. And how would you sort of have a short-term plan and a medium-term plan to achieve that?
National reconciliation and national togetherness, we will embark on it from the word go. I think there is inadequate time, we are losing time, and there is a time bomb ticking. We have to ensure that that particular time bomb, based on religious and ethnic tensions, that particular bomb is diffused. Now, because of the fact this government believes in using the so-called race card and the religion card in their political propaganda, creation of animosity, enmity within ethnic groups, between ethnic groups and religious groups. That has been a very, very popular proposition for the government, I think largely because of the government's incompetence. It's a very, very easy methodology to gain popularity. You just have to light the straw and the fire will commence. However, we have to inculcate new values in our society. In fact, I would go to the extent that our government will have to embark on a transformative program where to transform society. Racism, extremism, societal, religious, ethnic polarization has gained traction and it has raped our society. It will not be an easy task, but I think as the leader of the country, we have to move on a process of creating trust, credibility, togetherness, peace and brotherhood among various sects of our society. Many people have forgotten the pivotal role that the Muslims in the eastern province played in being intelligence agents infiltrating LTT infrastructure and playing a crucial role in the war effort. A lot have forgotten. In fact, that particular aspect has not been popularized. We also have to take into account the grievances of the Tamil people who are living in our country. They have their own expectations. They have their own aspirations within a unitary state, maintaining our sovereignty, territorial integrity and political independence. We have to ensure that their aspirations are also fulfilled. All can be achieved through adequate decentralization and devolution within a unitary state. And through the decentralization process, we can gain credibility and trust and create a semblance of societal harmony, ethnic harmony, religious coexistence, and I would play the most crucial role to bring our country together. I blame this government vehemently for creating societal dissension. Excuse me, with the tiredness, my lips are getting twinkled. Societal dissension, which this government has propagated. And it is through that instrument, creating divisions, animosity, enmity, and we have to admit that the Easter attacks exacerbated the situation. Now, with regard to the Easter attack, if I may just move on, the commission report is out. The first volume has been tabled, but one wonders how many volumes have been left out, because I say this with credibility. The evidence that was given on camera, evidence that was given closed doors, have been excluded from the report. So what we have right now is a partial report, not a full report. We always see in the United States and even in the US, in UK, there is a tendency among governments to brief your political opponents about sensitive issues. When I was in the US, I saw for my own eyes Democrats and Republicans in the political hierarchy having what you call Indo-secret briefings on sensitive national security and political issues. And of course, they abide by very high standards in political behavior, and they don't come out and leak out info as it happens here in our country for various propaganda and private political purposes. So the Easter Sunday Attack Commission report has a lot of shortcomings in my perspective, in my opinion. For example, the CID director at that time came and gave evidence and said he knows the network, the individuals and the group of individuals who were guiding the terrorists. And he said that cannot be divulged in an open commission hearing, but he will do so secretively. None of this is mentioned in the report. So the report basically consists of the maladministration that took place, the weak security apparatus that was generated primarily through the political dogfight that existed between the president and the prime minister, shortcomings in intelligence, the administrative shortcomings, political shortcomings, so on and so forth. But it has totally ignored to look at the main aspect. Who were the brains behind this dastardly terrorist attack? Whose agenda was it? Who were the pioneers? Who were making the payments? In fact, for your information, the terrorist leader who perpetrated this attack apparently had been funded throughout a particular period by the Sri Lankan government. And so they say. I must confess I have not seen it in document terms, but there is very, very heavy credible speculation that they did so. So there are a lot of holes that you can pick on, a lot of ifs and buts. Precisely the reason why His Eminence, Cardinal Malcolm Ranjit, well, of course, he had to come to the streets to ensure that this volume 1 was tabled. And of course, we also were quite vociferous in demanding the government to make it public. However, the real issue has not been addressed. Who were the masterminds? Who were the funders? Whose idea was it? What were the hidden hands? So I'm afraid with this report, those questions may also be buried or may be cremated.